But also, D-Row, Foster Griffin gets another start for the Cleveland Guardians, and he is such a interesting story and also a potential big story for the Guardian for the stretch run.
Yeah, I got back to my office after yesterday's show. I checked my email, and I had a manifesto in it.
That's a lie. You've never checked your email in your life.
Yes, my Gmail. I did. It was a manifesto from one Eric Nays on Foster Griffin.
And you said?
I called him and I said, how dare you? That's what I said. And when you dive in, we've had him on the show, too. We're going to throw to some sound
I like him a lot.
from his interview.
Yeah.
He went over to Japan for 3 seasons and kind of reshuffled what he's able to do Arsenal-wise. Let's get into it on the bump. He has been, we're going to bring up some contracts of free agent pitchers heading into the 2026 season. He has been a value that has been well served. From going to the Nationals on a 1-year, $5.5 million deal and then moving him to the Guardians as a potential playoff starter for the Guardians come October. It has been pretty awesome. Look, Dylan Cease has been fantastic. 7 for 210. I know it seems like a lot, but he has been fantastic. Leading the world in strikeouts, fighting for AL Cy Young. Ranger Suarez has been good. Framber, hit or miss, but has been good. You would have paid that freight for Framber. And then on down the line, look at Foster. Look at Nick Martinez, what he's been able to do at 1 year, 13. But Foster Griffin, 138 and a third innings, 1 year, $5.5 million. Okay? He has been fantastic, and he's doing it with, we've done this before with Max Fried. The fact that he can take you from 98 miles an hour to like 74 miles an hour. Foster Griffin doesn't get to 98 miles an hour. He'll get in that 94 range, but he's got a vast array of weapons to get after it. I want to take you through a couple of ABs. This is Juan Soto, best in the business. Jelly legs him on an 0-0 sweeper, goes right back to it, 0-2. And he's able to put him away. He's got different weapons for lefties, righties, Pete Alonso, and he's not afraid to throw his fastball. Cutter inside. There's different variations of his fastball. We got cutter, we got four-seamer, we got sinker, we got sweeper, we got options. Rafael Devers, again, steal a strike, 0-1, and then get to that breaking ball. Now it's 0-2, and you don't know where he's going. See if you'll chase, and then I lock you up with the four-seamer away. It's been awesome. Four-seam, sinker, cutter, change, splitter, sweeper, curve. He brings it all to the party. The velocity's not through the roof, but he's the only pitcher in Major League Baseball with 7 pitches with a whiff percentage of 15% or higher. Okay? Max velo, 94. Minimum velo, 74. So he puts you on that seesaw back and forth. We had him on the show, and he spoke to going over to Japan and redoing his arsenal. Take a listen to this.
It was a couple different things, right? The splitter that I discovered over there was more out of jealousy of the Japanese players that are throwing it and getting so many ground ball outs and swing and miss. So that's kind of how that developed. And then the sweeper and sinker were more just, I was having a lot of trouble getting the left-handed hitters out over there. They were just standing on top of the plate on me and then just shooting everything to left field, since pretty much everything I had was moving away from them or just top to bottom with a curveball. So I needed more lateral movement, and that was kind of how those 2 other pitches developed.
All right, pause this. So let's break it up and focus on a few things, because he's got so many weapons. What I love is the 3 variations of the heater. It's kind of been the in vogue thing. Back in our day, it used to be if you were a four-seam guy, you were a four-seam guy. If you were a sinker baller, you were a sinker baller. Now there's all variations for different guys. Four-seam, sinker, cutter. But his bread and butter is this cutter and the ability to get in on righties. This is Sal Stewart. Look at that pitch, little late dive inside. He could throw it away to lefties. J.J. Bleday. There he is, backdooring it to a right-hander. Yordan Alvarez. So it's got wipeout capability. He can steal a strike and put you away with it. Highest run value on a cutter this season, it's for Foster Griffin at +11. And then Mr. Melton, who's been fantastic, at +10, and Sandy at +9. Okay, so he's got the bread and butter cutter. But what I also love about him is he's not afraid to throw his four-seam and his sinker. And we're going to get into that a little bit right now. He can wipe you out with these pitches. It's going to take apart Sal Stewart, gets him thinking soft, soft, soft. Boom, 92, elevated at the top of the zone. Matt Olson. How good a year is Matt Olson having? You'd probably want to stay away from the heater. Has him 0-2, surprises him with a four-seam heater right here. Jung-Hoo Lee. This was back when he was absolutely raking. And you see it. Watch this nasty 2-2 sinker he's about to throw. Sweeper, get you looking outside. Now let me pound you in. Eventually he's getting to it. Breaking ball down in the dirt. There it is. Boom. In off at 92 miles an hour. He presents a problem for everybody because he's got so many weapons to go to. Standing on the first base side of the mound, the ability at his velocity to cut balls in on right-handers. We talk about it all the time, Robert. Take 17 inches to 20 inches. That's what we're trying to do.
That's what everyone's trying.
All right, here we go. Lauren, movement profile.
What am I looking at?
We're looking at Foster Griffin.
Shaded is expected.
Throwing at you, okay? So here we go. He's coming right at us. So this is what we're going to see. If this is the midpoint, this is what we're going to see. Look at the movement on his four-seamer. Okay, here's the average four-seamer where it plays. He's got a little bit more glove side run. Kind of holds it playing a little bit truer. Look at the sinker right here, the orange. It's got a little bit more off the barrel. Look at right here. Nastiness he's creating with his cutter, four-seamer, and sinker, kind of that triangle where he's able to get off barrels. It's pretty impressive. And another thing I noticed, heat mapped me. He's not afraid to pitch up in the zone. So this is catcher's perspective right here. Boom, you're in the box as a right-hander. He's not afraid to wipe that cutter out, top of the zone and into righties, and four-seamer top of the zone. You would think with that velocity you wouldn't want to miss up, but he's not afraid to. Okay, pitch usage. The thing that jumped off the page for me, versus right-handers, he'll use it all, okay? Against left-handed hitters, obviously the sweeper becomes a bigger play for him at almost 28%. And then we're going to get cute because you would think, face value, you're looking at this. If you're a right-handed or left-handed hitter, you would throw this out, the splitter. Wouldn't be in your thoughts, 4%, 6%. But with two strikes, we'll eventually get to it. Corbin Carroll gets taken apart. Not picking on him, just great tape right here. Gets taken apart two different times by Foster Griffin, two different ways. Sinker in, breaks his bat. Whoop. All right, you're on that, going to it again. Breaking ball, just a little bit off. Great pitch. So now, Corbin Carroll faced him again in Arizona. Steals a strike with the sweeper, four-seamer, and nasty split. So he's not afraid to throw the split with two strikes. Bring up the board and we'll close it out. 0-2 count, 1-2 count, 2-2 count. When he's got two strikes on you, all other counts, that pitch goes away. But with two strikes, he'll surprise the best hitters in the game with it.
That was fantastic.
That was great.
And he outdid himself. It has not been a straight line for Foster Griffin, which makes you root for him even harder. That was awesome.
Yeah, everyone loves velocity, but I love when guys can attack and have success like this as well. That's
He loves pitchability.
Yes.